Alright everyone, welcome back to my channel, Baseball Talk with Nick Morgan. So today we're talking about some of the most exciting 2019-2020 Major League Baseball offseason free agents. Now last year, Bryce Harper and Manny Machado headlined free agency as they both signed for over $300 million apiece. Bryce Harper signed $330 million with the Phillies for 13 years, and Manny Machado signed $300 million with the Padres for 10 years. This free agency, we have a lot of big-name players. We can expect a lot more big contracts, and I'm going to take you guys through the most exciting players that are going to go to different teams this year or just sign new contracts before the 2020 season starts. Some big pitchers we're going to see especially on this list. And we have some really great corner infielders, some outfielders as well, just talent all across the board in every position that we're going to talk about in today's video. It's going to be exciting. There's going to be a lot of flurries of action with new acquisitions and new signings and new contracts. I'm excited. I'm going to be covering all on the channel as soon as news breaks with all these players and every new acquisition that happens this offseason. So if you guys are ready for that, don't forget to drop a like down below, comment, and subscribe. Without further ado, let's get into some of the most exciting free agents this offseason. So in no particular order here, we're going to start off with Gerrit Cole. He was one of the most elite pitchers on the mound this past season. In 2019, he pitched in 33 games with a 20-5 record, 2.50 ERA, and 212 and a third innings pitched. He also had 326 strikeouts and a .89 whip. This guy is up for the American League Cy Young Award. He's going to be a finalist. I think he will end up winning it as well. And in his career, he's pitched in a bunch of games. He's won 94, lost 52, a 3.22 ERA, 1,336 strikeouts, and a 1.13 whip. Now, this guy is amazing. Almost every team that goes after him and signs him, or whoever does sign him, will be able to use him as their ace. I think he is one of the best starting pitchers in the game, and he will benefit in a great way anyone who goes ahead and signs him to a contract. He's going to get paid big money, and it's going to be probably a couple of years. I'm excited to see where he lands. He is phenomenal, and he's got an arm, and I loved watching this guy in the postseason. He did great. So the second guy we're going to be talking about in this video is another guy we saw in the World Series. His team won it, Anthony Rendon. He's not just one of the best defensive third basemen in the game, but he's also up there when it comes to one of the best offensive third basemen in Major League Baseball. In 2019, he had 545 at-bats in which he hit .319 with 34 home runs, 126 RBIs, 5 stolen bases, and a 1.010 OPS. He's a career .290 hitter with 136 home runs, 546 RBIs, 45 stolen bases, and a .859 OPS. This guy is very good at what he does. He's got an amazing glove. He has a hot bat that he brings all the time. He did very well in the postseason and the regular season. I think the postseason really made himself a bigger name and a bigger target for other teams looking to add a great third baseman to their lineup. He just really showed off that he is good in every situation he is put into. So I'm excited to see where he goes. He's going to get a lot of money as well. He's not the only third baseman in free agency this year, though. We also have Josh Donaldson, we're going to talk about in a little bit. But Anthony Rendon is amazing. Can't wait to see where he lands. So the next starter we're going to talk about on this list is Madison Bumgarner. In 2019, he pitched in 34 games, racking up a 9-9 record, a 3.9 ERA, 207.2 innings pitched, 203 strikeouts, and a 1.13 whip. In his career, he does have some better numbers, 119 and 92 record with a career 3.13 ERA, 1794 strikeouts, and a 1.11 whip. He's with the San Francisco Giants. You can't expect him to be flawless and have a whole bunch of wins. He had a .500 win percentage, which is good because we know the Giants can't put up a whole lot of offense, or at least this year they didn't do that great. So he didn't have that offensive support behind him. But I think if he goes to a postseason team or a contending team for the 2020 season with some great players all around, he will do a lot better. He'll have a better record in 2020 as long as he stays healthy. And he's definitely a guy that people are going to target. I think the Yankees have had some ties with him. They want to pick up any starter, so it'd be cool if they get him. But yeah, just a great name to talk about, and he's going to be hitting free agency. I don't know how much money he's going to be getting compared to Gerrit Cole and someone like Hyun-Jin Ryu, who we're going to talk about later on as well, but he is a great starter, and he will benefit any team really that picks him up. So another guy at the hot corner, Josh Donaldson, one of my favorite players in the league at the moment. 2018 was not his year, but in 2019, he bounced back at .259 with 37 home runs, 94 RBIs, 4 stolen bases, and a .900 flat OPS in just 549 at-bats. He is a career 273 hitter, and he has hit 219 home runs. He has the nickname the Bringer of Rain because he hits a lot of dingers. He also has put together 645 RBIs in his career. He has 38 stolen bases and a .878 OPS throughout all of his time in professional baseball at the major league level. So he's definitely going to get a lot of traction from different teams. He signed a one-year deal with the Braves prior to the 2019 start of the season, and now he's a free agent, so he might re-sign back with Atlanta. If not, he will be a big target for a lot of different teams seeking a great third baseman offensively and defensively if they can't afford a guy like Anthony Rendon. So number 5 here on the list is Didi Gregorius of the New York Yankees. In 2019, he had 324 at-bats with a 238 average, 16 home runs, 61 RBIs, 2 stolen bases, and a 718 OPS. In his career, he is hitting 264 with 110 home runs, 417 RBIs, 30 stolen bases, and a 742 OPS. So I don't know really what's going to happen with him here, if he will re-sign with the Yankees or not. I hope he does as a Yankees fan, but we just have to wait and see, and time will tell eventually where he will land. But he is very good. He's still pretty young, and he has a great bat, and he has pretty good defense as well over there at shortstop. He can definitely improve a lot of teams that are out there looking for some more talent in this position, and I think he will do well in any situation he is in. So yeah, I'm excited to see where he signs for how much money. If you're a team looking to go ahead and add a catcher to your roster, there aren't very many to choose from when it comes to free agency. However, Grondahl is out there on the market looking to sign a new contract, and he is very good both behind the plate and at the plate when he is hitting. In 2019, he had over 500 at-bats in which he hit 246 with 28 home runs. He brought in 77 runs and swiped 5 bases, which actually isn't bad for a catcher. 5 stolen bases is actually not shabby at all. He put together an 848 OPS, and in his career, he's a 241 hitter with 141 home runs, 416 RBIs, 11 stolen bases, and a 794 OPS. So there aren't a lot of great catchers behind the plate defensively in the game at the moment, but you do have guys like JT Realmuto and Yadier Molina who are very good at what they do. Yasmani Grandal would be a great addition to almost any team right now in the game. So now we're going to head to the outfield and talk about my favorite player in the game, Brett Gardner. Before the start of the 2019 season, he signed a one-year contract with the New York Yankees, in which I believe he made $7 million off the year. He just had the best season of his career at the age of 35. He hit 251 and 491 at-bats with a career single-season high of 28 home runs, and he brought in 74 RBIs as well. At the age of 35, he did swipe 10 bases, and he put together an 829 OPS, which is higher than his career OPS, which is at 743. He's hitting 260 in the many years he's been in Major League Baseball with 124 total home runs, 524 total RBIs, and 267 stolen bases. I personally hope he re-signs with the Yankees. He is a fan favorite and my favorite player as well. Edwin Encarnacion also found himself in a Yankees uniform this past season and is now a free agent after they decided to not opt back into a contract extension with him. In 2019, he had 244 average with 34 home runs, 86 RBIs, and 875 OPS in 418 at-bats. And in his career, Edwin Encarnacion is a 263 hitter with 414 total home runs, 1,242 RBIs, 61 stolen bases, and an 851 OPS. Marcell Ozuna just finished a pretty good year with the St. Louis Cardinals as he now hits free agency. In 2019, he had 485 total at-bats, hitting 241 with 29 home runs, 89 RBIs, 12 stolen bases, and an 800 OPS. So if you're a team that's looking to add some outfield depth to your squad, Marcell Ozuna is definitely the guy. And if you're an American League team, you probably won't use him as a DH. You'd want to put him in the outfield. He doesn't have the best defensive skills and offensive skills as a whole, but he is still a guy that you can trust and that won't cost you that much money. So we have 3 guys left on this list that we're going to talk about. They're all starting pitchers, and we're going to start off with the World Series MVP, Steven Strasburg. He opted out of his contract with the Washington Nationals worth 4 years, $100 million to become a free agent and put himself in this position. So he might end up re-signing with the Nationals just for more money and maybe more time. But if he doesn't, he will go to a different team, and he will most definitely get a lot of money. He did great in the postseason. He was the World Series MVP and made quite a name for himself, not just this year, but throughout his entire career up until this point. In 2019, he pitched in 33 games with an 18-6 record, a 3.32 ERA, and 209 innings pitched. He brought that up with 251 strikeouts and a 1.04 whip, and in his career, he has won 112 games and lost 58 with a 3.17 ERA, 1,695 strikeouts, and a 1.09 whip. This man will get paid a lot of money this offseason. Next up, we're going to go out to the West and go to the Los Angeles Dodgers. Starting pitcher Hyun-Jin Ryu is in the NL Cy Young talks. Will he win it to Jacob deGrom? Probably not, but that doesn't mean this guy did not have a great season on the bump. In 2019, he went 14-5 in 29 games with a 2.32 ERA, 182 and 2/3 innings pitched, 163 strikeouts, and a 1.01 WHIP. So he's not going to give you a whole lot of strikeouts per se, but he will get the outs when he needs to without giving up a whole lot of runs. In his career, he is 54-33 with a 2.98 ERA, 665 strikeouts, and a 1.16 WHIP. So to end out this video, we're going to go ahead and go back to New York and talk about their starting pitcher, Zach Wheeler. In 2019, he pitched in 31 games with an 11-8 record, a 3.96 ERA, 195.1 innings pitched, 195 strikeouts, and a 1.26 WHIP. In his career, he is 44-38 with a 3.77 ERA, 726 strikeouts, and a 1.29 WHIP. This guy's a quality number 3 or number 4 starter in the rotation, maybe even number 5 if a big team goes after him, like the Houston Astros. He has had links actually to Houston back at the trade deadline. People were thinking that he might go over to Texas and play with them for a little bit after a trade would work out between the Astros and the Mets. That did not happen. Maybe he signs there, but only time will tell. And that is going to end the big name guys that are free agents here this offseason. So I just talked about 12 big-name guys who are going to be free agents this offseason, and I went into their stats. However, there are a couple guys I didn't mention, and I do want to make note of them. Jose Abreu, Jonathan Scope, Nicholas Castellanos, Robinson Chirinos, Avisel Garcia, Howie Kendrick, Mike Moustakas, Yasiel Puig, Dylan Betances, Will Harris, Daniel Hudson, Sergio Romo, and Will Smith are all free agents as well this 2019-2020 offseason. I just didn't get into their stats. So a lot of possible acquisitions and stuff going on and some big signings. We're going to see a lot of money get dished out from a bunch of different teams as we head into the 2020 calendar year, and I'm really excited. Some big signings, some big names, a lot of money. It's going to be a great offseason, and I think it will end up topping last year because the two big names we had were Bryce Harper and Manny Machado, but here, Gerrit Cole, Anthony Rendon, Madison Bumgarner, just right there, 3 big guys, as well as Josh Donaldson, Didi Gregorius. Like, we have some amazing guys on the market and a lot of possibilities for teams to get better and better. So yes, that's going to end this video. If you enjoyed, don't forget to drop a like down below, comment, and subscribe. Thanks so much for watching. I'll see you all next time. Peace.